If you're an entrepreneur, you know this feeling. The isolation, the constant grind to find a good business partner, to get funding, to find advice that actually helps. It really can feel like you're all alone. But what if you weren't? What if I told you there's a 3,000-person strong super network in Japan designed to have your back? Today, we're diving into a pretty radical new model for how to support entrepreneurs.
All right, here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll talk about the struggles every entrepreneur faces. Then, we'll reveal this massive 3,000-person solution. We'll meet the founders who dreamed it up, decode how their whole ecosystem actually works, and explore their really unique philosophy. And finally, we'll ask the big question. What could this all mean for the future of business? So first things first, let's set the stage with the challenges that, let's be honest, pretty much every small business owner or freelancer knows all too well. Does any of this sound familiar to you? This is a big one, right? You've got a fantastic idea, but you need that other person, the one with the skills you don't have, to really make it happen. You know, finding that perfect co-founder can feel absolutely impossible, like you're looking for a needle in a haystack. Ugh, and this one. You go to all the events, you shake the hands, you come home with a pocket full of business cards, but then nothing. It's just so frustrating and time-consuming, and it almost never leads to a real, meaningful connection. And then you've got the really big, hairy problems, like how do you find new customers? How in the world do you put together a plan to get the funding you need to grow? When it's just you, these questions can feel completely overwhelming. Okay, so now just imagine a world where the answer to every single one of those questions is basically on speed dial. It might sound a little too good to be true, but in Japan, a really powerful new kind of support system is taking shape. Yeah, let that number sink in for a minute. 3,000. That's how many experts we're talking about here. All of a sudden, you're not alone anymore. You're part of a whole army. And listen, this isn't just some random collection of people. We are talking about a curated community of 2,000 qualified pros. Think lawyers, accountants, HR specialists, plus another 1,000 dedicated researchers, all of them available to help you out. This promise, full support for your company's future, comes from the organization at the very center of all this, NKCS Holdings. Their whole goal is to be a one-stop shop for any problem a business owner could possibly run into. It's all about total comprehensive support. Now, to really get your head around how a network this ambitious even came to be, you have to understand the people who built it, because honestly, their personal stories are the key to the whole thing. So, meet Katsuya Nihara. His journey is a classic comeback story. He was a superstar salesman at huge companies, a real Top Gun. But when he went out on his own to start a business, it failed. He admits he only knew sales and was totally clueless about things like law, taxes, and HR. After that really painful experience, he clawed his way back, rising from a temp job to become a world-class leader in the IT world. And then, in 2020, he founded NKCS with a really clear mission: to build the support system that he never had so no other entrepreneur would have to go through what he did. But Nihara is not in this alone. His partner is Shizuka Nakaoka, and she's the expert on people and process. As a certified labor and social security attorney with deep experience in corporate HR, she just gets the legal and the human side of building a healthy company. She's a government-certified lecturer, and get this, she's not done learning. She's actually studying social work right now to bring an even deeper level of empathy and support to what she does. So you've got the visionary, and you've got the process expert. And together, they built this incredible network. Now, I know at first glance, it might seem like a really complex web of companies, but it's actually built on 3 very clear pillars. Here's how it all fits together. You've got NKCS Holdings, that's the parent company, kind of the central hub for that one-stop problem solving. Then there's Jan's Loans LLC, which is co-led by Nakaoka, and it focuses on the people side of things: HR, training, creating healthy work environments. And finally, you have the JOCB Association, which is basically the collaboration engine, designed specifically for that meaningful networking that sparks real innovation. But look, if you think this is just a very well-organized consulting firm, you are missing the most important piece of the puzzle. The thing that really sets them apart is their philosophy, which goes way beyond typical business advice. You know how traditional consulting usually focuses on external stuff, right? Strategy, metrics, market analysis.
Well, the NKCS method is completely holistic. It blends business strategy with personal growth. They have this core belief that before you can lead a company, you first have to become, as they say, the owner of your own heart. It's as much about inner work as it is about outer work.
And the key to this inner work is a practice called Nikon, which basically translates to looking inside. It's a structured way to practice self-reflection. In fact, the founders call Nikon the biggest keyword behind the network's insane growth. The idea is really simple. You build a better business by building a better, more self-aware version of yourself.
So what does this all add up to? When you combine this massive network of experts with a philosophy of deep personal growth, what are the bigger implications here?
Well, their ambition is not small. Their stated mission is to revitalize the entire Japanese economy from the ground up. See, they recognize that small and medium-sized businesses are the absolute bedrock of the country, making up over 99% of all companies in Japan. So, by empowering these individual entrepreneurs, they believe they can support the very foundation of the national economy. So, what we've really looked at today is a model that was born from personal failure, built by experts, and powered by a philosophy of inner reflection. It offers entrepreneurs the one thing they've always lacked: total support. And this brings us to our final question. Is this unique blend of business strategy, community, and personal growth not just some successful network, but maybe, just maybe, a blueprint for the future of entrepreneurship itself?